What's good?
The one and only young Palawan, Evan Teague.
What's up? What's up?
So, for those who don't know, real quick, Evan Teague, we went to the same e-commerce conference in Chiang Mai, October 2014.
We did.
You've done a good amount of time in Ubud.
Yeah.
And I've done now, this is like my 5th month in Canggu.
Yeah.
And I visited Ubud for a few weekends, including with my parents. So, have you done any time in Canggu or just visits?
Yeah, just visits. I mean, I'm not a surfer, so I don't come down here as much. It's not that that's the only thing here to offer or whatever. There's a lot of things, but personally for me, I don't do a whole lot of Canggu just because it's, I don't know, Ubud is more my vibe. Like I have work to do, but not even like online. Like I'm doing my inner work in Ubud a lot, so for me, it's like really helpful. It's not like you can't do that in Canggu. It's just I think that Ubud is definitely more geared to that. So that's personally why I've spent a lot more time out there. I really enjoy it. Back in the end of 17, I was doing videos from my balcony, from my, I had like a rooftop little meditation hut thing, and I have the Bali backdrop and whatnot. Did a few videos about like kind of what I was learning there. And I did 4 months out total in the end of 17. So now, yeah, I'm just hanging out for a quick trip, to be honest. I mean, I'm not here for a stay-in, but I always enjoy to be welcomed back in Bali. I mean, it's a positive energy here that welcomes you back every time you come, so it's amazing, yeah.
Yeah. And so I guess for people that don't know or maybe thinking about coming here or whatever, so there's Bali, and then kind of the main 2 areas are Canggu and Ubud. Canggu is where we're at now. It's on the beach, and Ubud is basically like 45 minutes to 1 hour inland.
Yeah.
And that's basically it. That's the main difference, obviously.
Yeah, I mean, there's tons of places as well. Like you could be based, but like a lot of people go to Seminyak or North Kuta to surf as well, or just party or just hang out. And Ubud, like I said, like Riley said, there's 2 main ones, Ubud and Canggu, but a lot of people find their little nooks around different places in Bali, or even the Gili Islands, or different places in Indonesia and whatnot. But for Bali, yeah, people tend to be gravitated to those 2 spots in general, and kind of figure out which one they like more and what to spend more time in and stuff like that. So, yeah.
And so for the Canggu area, I actually have a video on my channel called the Canggu Guide. And that's where I break down kind of Canggu, the cost of living, Canggu versus Seminyak, and then Seminyak versus Kuta. Kuta is kind of like, I call it like the Cabo area, like way more touristy, super clubs, big ass resorts and stuff like that. Seminyak kind of in the middle, some great beach lounges, great nightlife. It's where we're going tonight. To kick it at La Favela, and then Canggu is kind of the surfer vibe, digital nomads, organic cafes everywhere, and just kind of a chill vibe, and that's where it's at. And then Ubud, take a 45-minute motorbike ride inland, and the biggest difference is like I think there's no nightlife at all, really, in Ubud.
Hardly any,
Hardly any.
Everything
like
shuts down around 10 p.m. to be honest. Like even if you want a burger or something after dark, it's like not dark, but after 10, good luck.
Yeah.
Like you better plan ahead, because there's not a whole lot of stuff open all night or anything like that. Yeah.
So there's like a couple like bar lounges, like this is that one hookah bar lounge place. And it's kind of more like in the jungle vibe, and I think of it more as for like yoga people, if you want to go and like have like a quiet, super quiet, like not a ton going on, like people just meditating and getting right and drinking green juice. Of course there's organic cafes and amazing food.
Yeah, here also, but
So tell people what you were eating like last night, some like crazy, and like the diet and food regimen.
Yeah, I mean, I was just saying to Riley that I just feel blessed to be able to experience all this at once, because it's like the currency rate obviously is always in your favor in Southeast Asia, but even when you're past that as well, like you're doing well, that you could be doing this anywhere really, it's still just, you feel grounded and feel thankful to be in Ubud, or Bali in general, but Ubud because you can eat so clean, so healthy, so straight, so positive, because there's green juices everywhere, there's organic cafes, there's organic food, almost everything is like vegan, so if you're vegan and you vibe with that food, then that's very good for you as well. Like you don't really have to keep choosing in the menu and be super careful about it. Everything is like, okay, this wrap is made out of like coconut meat, and then there's like fresh vegetables that are all raw stuffed inside, and then there's like cheese made from cashews inside, and you can drink cashew milk with your coffee or whatever, Because I was telling Riley the place that we went was on this perch where it saw over the entire city, so it was a really nice view as well, the greenery and the nice skies, like. and then you're eating like a jackfruit or taro steak.
Pulled jackfruit.
Pulled
like,
jackfruit steak. Yeah, it's like, what is that? And like cassava fries and like cashew nuts, cashew cheese, and then like, you know, a side of sweet potatoes with some, you know, ranchero or whatever. It's all homemade organic stuff, and it's so easy to do that. Like the juice that I just had this afternoon is just like all the raw greens, like and all spirulina also.
Yeah.
Spinach, kale, all the real ones, like the actual, you know, coming from raw pressed, slow pressed juice, and spirulina, plus turmeric and ginger, and all these other like maca root things. It's like, it's amazing, dude. So then you drink that, you feel amazing. You continue to detox and be clean and be healthy and happy, and it's very easy to do that, and it doesn't break the bank either. And it's just like, it's just a win-win, and you feel, yeah, you just feel amazing. So
yeah,
thankful to do that.
What is that restaurant called? Zest?
That one's a new one. It's called Zest.
Zest.
Yeah, so definitely, it's always busy. It's always packed. Everybody loves it. Everyone knows about it. So it's packed, but it's a good one. And yeah, I mean, it's just, yeah, it's perched right up on the top of the city, if you will, that leads the main one into Jalan Raya Ubud. And it's beautiful. And so that's just one example of, like, you know, thousands, maybe not thousands, but like definitely dozens, and definitely maybe even hundreds, you know, because there's all these little tucked away cafes and like restaurants and amazing places where you can meet up friends with just good vibes, good food.
Yeah,
and
good vibes. Good, clean ass organic food, as you guys know. Check the link in the description. Maybe by this point I'll have some Ubud guide out. I have a full, like, Canggu, my favorite organic cafes guide. And especially the ones with air conditioning.
Yeah, totally.
Because most aren't. But there are definitely a good couple handfuls of ones in Canggu. And I guess if you're a digital nomad, like in Ubud, they have the main co-working space.
Outpost.
Ubud and Outpost.
Ubud and Outpost,
Ubud and Outpost. And in Canggu, of course, they have Dojo, Tropical Nomad, Outpost. Those are the three that come to mind right now.
Yeah, you don't want to be sweating all over your computer, you know. It's like, it's a small downside or whatever, but like all the cafes in Bali, they're more natural. Some of them are made, you know, the seating is made out of bamboo or natural wood or whatever, so it's kind of like that. And then it's outside with the shack of the roof. So you're sitting there kind of outside and it's hot, and so you don't, you know, it's hard to focus when you're sweating all over your keyboard, you know what I mean? So yeah, you do need the ones with the ACs and whatnot. So
many do have the fans when it's open air. I mean, if it's open air, usually a cafe or a restaurant will have the fan outside. But check my blog article. I've been on the mission this last 4 months to visit every air-conditioned cafe, and I've hit like the majority of them. So you can look at that list. I guess I'll go ahead and to like my kind of grind routine out here is in the daytime I'll go to a cafe, normally an air-conditioned one, and I will order coffee, and I will work for like an hour or two sipping my coffee until I get hungry, and then I will order my food, and then I will continue working for an hour or two, and like 3 to 4 hours is like totally normal. Obviously this has been my normal for the past 4 years as a digital nomad, the kind of cafe hustler. Totally normal. Tons of laptops you'll see in cafes all around. Obviously this is one of the biggest digital nomad hotspots in the world. Here, Chiang Mai,
Saigon, Medellin,
and Bangkok, Medellin, KL.
There's a bunch, KL, Singapore. I mean, it's really like, now it's like, even that term is digital nomad. It's like some people are not even digital nomads, you know, they're just working online and they live wherever. So, or maybe they just live where they live. Maybe they're Malaysian, maybe they're Singaporean, and they're just like, they can work anywhere as well. So obviously, thankfully, this type of vibe is just permeating our cultures no matter what border we're from. So that's just a cool thing to see as well. It's just like people are just doing their thing, you know, like, so all these, it's like there are the hubs that pop up, but I also feel that like some of this is just like, you know, the locals just catching on in general, and they're like, all right, well, let's work from wherever, you know, like maybe they're traveling, maybe they're on a business trip or whatever. So it's kind of, it's cool to see that progression of things is just rolling. So
even in the last 4 years, like there's a video that I put on my Instagram by the Valuetainment guy on YouTube.
Patrick Bet-David.
Basically recapping the news that like Google, Facebook, Apple, Microsoft are all openly how did I get into this subject? Openly, this subject has to do with college. They're openly not requiring a college degree, but the point I wanted to make was companies are allowing their employees to work remotely and work from home, and more companies have done that. So it's more common that we've met people who just work for a company remotely. So after I have coffee, lunch at a cafe, I'll go to the gym. Normally CrossFit Wanderlust has been my go-to, but also Nirvana Strength, which is kind of a gymnastics gym, and they have classes there as well.
Nice.
Amazing.
Freestyle.
Also Nest Canggu. Nest is a cross training gym, a HIIT gym, functional training gym, and they have classes as well. So first couple months I did a membership at CrossFit Wanderlust, maybe $115 a month, and then this past couple months I've been bouncing back and forth between Nirvana and Nest. Amazing gyms in Canggu.
And I've seen your stories too all over the place.
Yeah.
All these sick gyms.
Yeah, I mean, they also have Avenue Fitness, which is where Parker and Danny are coming back from right now.
I saw an MMA gym on the way here as well.
Oh yeah, there's also Bali MMA, which is right next to CrossFit Wanderlust. Oh, there's also CrossFit S2S, which is a smaller CrossFit box. I've been there several times. There's also, Avenue Fitness has the steam, sauna, and ice bath.
Damn.
Same with Nirvana, sauna and ice bath. Every time I go there, always sauna, ice bath, ice bath. Do the back and forth thing.
Dude, it's so helpful.
You can also do that at Avenue Fitness, which is kind of like the LA Fitness.
Sick.
And then people are telling me there's also a spa called Amo Spa. It's kind of like an onsen vibe. I haven't been yet, but
that's
we're gonna
where
go.
the homies were recently. Amo Spa,
Yeah, it's apparently like also kind of like a social thing you can do the sauna, do the ice bath, steam, stuff like that. So amazing gym, health facilities. What about Ubud?
Ubud's amazing. I mean, like, honestly, to be honest, I've been 100% on my own flow recently. So like I haven't picked up an iron thing since like January. So like I've just been experimenting because I think that in general, like, you know, you're doing CrossFit and freestyle stuff and you've been onto that. That's like your way of doing, like, kind of like cutting the chains on traditional exercise and stuff. For me, I'm recognizing how much more I need to do that, because I used to just be lifting at the gym and just being strong and all that, and like just getting that way of one-dimensional thinking, and that's okay. But for me, it's like I also look to do jiu-jitsu and Muay Thai and MMA, and so when I'm doing those things, I'm actually trying to cross everything up. So this time, I'm just experimenting with like the calisthenics type of stuff, and swimming and body weights and pull-ups and sit-ups and things like that, where I'm just like, I don't need to be like jacked and strong, but still feeling like kind of stiff and kind of like I don't move, you know, like the joints are kind of clicking, you know, and I'm like, that's not good. I need to like relax, and it's kind of like yin and yang, you know, I need to balance it. So I've been doing a lot more yoga and swimming, like I said, and pull-ups and push-ups, sit-ups, so that type of stuff, just to stay body weight for now. So I'm experimenting. So I'm like probably the worst person to date to ask that for right now. But there are a lot of cool gyms. I used to go to just a regular like local Balinese like lifting gym, just like a regular one where it would be like all Balinese locals. And I like that vibe because it's like everybody's really committed to just getting strong there. And then there's some other ones, but I forget the name, so I'm probably the worst person to ask right now at the moment.
I googled it. There's like some Ubud Fitness Center.
I've heard about that one. It's
kind
nice.
of a medium to large like gym. But I do know that I do not believe at this time there's a CrossFit there. So for like CrossFit people, I don't think there is one. So update on Ubud gyms. We've been there after the interview with Evan for a week about, and so Titi Batu Club. There's a brand new whole recreation club. It's got a full gym, cafe, big ass pool. It's this whole big new club. The place is amazing. So whenever we go back to Ubud, always gonna join that place. We joined just for a week, and even for a month, it's like less than $100 for membership. Super relatively cheap. It's amazing. We've got full gym, brand new. They have basketball courts, full court, medium-sized full court. They even have a skate park for kids. Freaking day beds, cafe with amazing food. But of course, there's unlimited yoga. Anywhere you go in Bali, of course, unlimited yoga.
The Yoga Barn is amazing for that. I will say that.
Yoga Barn.
A lot of people love Yoga Barn. There's also Radiantly Alive for yoga. That's another one. So there's a lot of cool places around that, around the yoga focus. But Yoga Barn also offers a lot of meditation. They have ecstatic dance. They have the meditation like gong and sound bath and Tibetan bowls and things like that. And actually I was gonna go tonight for that, but I switched up my plans because we have a homie who has a good birthday this weekend and stuff like that. So we're doing the week-long celebration at the moment like we do. So I guess I was like, I'm not going to be here for very long, so I want to come through that. But when I get back, I'm going to do that on another night as well, because it's the same one. But it was so powerful last time with the Tibetan bowls and gongs and things like that. It was so powerful that it got me into a state that I remembered 2 years later.
Wow.
So I will be going to attend that for sure. It's at nighttime as well. You lay down. It's very yin, very like feminine. Like you don't do anything. You just sit there. And she kind of like, facilitates and brings the gongs over and like does the bowls and like puts them in your face as well, so you can feel kind of like also which vibration resonates with which chakra. So sometimes maybe it's like the throat chakra that you need a little bit of healing of, or the heart you need to open a little bit more. They also have like cacao ceremonies, drinking cacao, things like that, to open the heart. So there's a lot of stuff like that you would just not know of until you went there. So it's really cool. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Living that life, we just living that life. Parking plots, living that life. We just living that life.